I have messed up this mastery, not just the once either, a few times. I've even messed up recording this script. I recorded it twice without sound. How do you even do that the second time? And I've still not learned from my past completions on retro achievements. I really need to make sure that I check for any missable achievements. Whether it be using the wrong car, not being smart enough to use a better car, or just missing achievements completely. But for my third mastery on retro achievements, I've gone for potentially my all-time favourite game. That being Need for Speed Most Wanted. Well, the original one, the one released back in 2005. Another game released from EA Sports with another banger of a soundtrack. For 3 games running, they've not missed a beat with this soundtrack. But due to copyright and not really understanding the laws, I had to turn it off and play in silence. So what exactly is Retro Achievements? Well, it's a community-based website that helps bring achievements back to the older games before achievements were even invented on games, and this one has 131 achievements. We've got to climb the Blacklist, we've got to beat some time trials, we've got to complete all of the challenge runs and do some specific pursuit challenges. The pursuit challenges also state that you can't use that bus station trick, which absolutely blows my mind. This game was released before guides and that were readily available online. As I said in the beginning, I'm going to try my best to focus on getting all of the missable achievements that I can do. Some of them are RNG related, so there's going to be a whole lot of restarts and retries on this game. I did stream most of this progress over on Twitch too, so if you want to drop a follow or catch the next game completion, be sure to drop a follow there. Enough self-promotion. With everything that we've got to do for this completion, let's jump straight into it. So the story begins, and we start by challenging the Blacklist member number 15.
I need your piece. He's dangerous. Be careful. He'll swap paint if he has to.
First, I'm gonna take your ride, then I'm gonna take your girl.
Back when women didn't really have a say, apparently. And we're thrown straight into the race against Razor, while still trying to figure out the controls until...
What's wrong with your ride? You left a huge oil slick at the start line. You have to end the race
we
fast.
jump backwards in time to understand what has happened. Cruising the streets with Mia, who is our guide through Rockport on this game, and she just leaves us with Sergeant Cross.
This is a nice car.
I'd like to take a little peek under the hood.
Who the f is that guy?
Now get out of the car.
Attention Patrol Division. Units are in a high-speed pursuit of multiple vehicles, aggressively evading custody.
Next time, you won't be so lucky.
Then finding the next race against the coolest guy in the game. That's our first achievement. Perform a perfect launch in any non-drag race. Let's go. We're locked in now. The completion begins right now. There's no turning back. Turns out this is one of Razor's boys, and after we've whooped him, we have a little bit of a showdown.
Razor, he shadowed me. I couldn't shake up.
My 60-footer, quarter mile. Whatever you want to throw on the table, smokes anything here, including this pump gas kit car.
Well, then where's your punk money then?
$5 grand. $5 grand. Says my boy'll smoke this clown.
What's your boy have to do with this?
I ain't racing this nobody. And I ain't taking orders from some chick who just rolled onto the scene.
Yeah. This here is the number 15 guy on the Blacklist. You got a lot of rep to earn before you get to run with him.
Thanks for the update.
So this is intro into how everything fits into place. There's a blacklist that we have to earn respect and bounty before we can challenge anyone on the list. So we race another one of Razor's boys, find out we can alert the police mid-race and have them chase us around by bumping into us and trying to slow us down. Continuing to build our rep, we're invited to a race with Rod.
Well, look what the underground let loose. Let's see how good you do in the daylight.
A circuit event with 2 laps. I really do like how this game introduces you to the story and the different types of races available. It all links back to each. Beating Rog, he tells us to watch our back. Then Razor makes another appearance and tells us,
Buddy tell you, you gotta put your ride on the line to run against a Blacklist racer, and that is why people aren't stupid enough to do it.
and it's time to retake on the Blacklist member from that first scene. The car breaks down, we lose the car to Razor, and the cops ambush us. We're carless at this point, and this little guy arrests us. An unknown amount of time later, we're released from prison and Mia explains,
Razor set you up. He messed with your car. Gets worse. He's #1 on the Blacklist, and he used your ride to get there.
So now it's time to start our rags from riches to story with unlocking our second achievement. We do unlock another achievement to get a taste of what Rockport's Blacklist scene is like. As the memory card shows, we played Need for Speed Underground 2 and were rewarded with extra cash, enabling us to buy the Golf. This game is an open world game technically, just like Need for Speed Underground 2, where you can drive around the map and you can unlock more sections of it further into the career you go. Some people would play this game by driving around from race to race. However, just for the speed and also for the fact that I'm lazy, you can just jump to each race and even the pursuits.
You have to work your way up the Blacklist and take out everyone on the way. As far as they're concerned, you're just working to get back into the Blacklist.
And our first target, Sonny in a Golf GTS, which is only just slightly better than ours. So to challenge him, you've got to hit a certain number of wins, milestones, and not to mention you've got to rack up your bounty. Once you get these numbers, you'll get a chance at racing it. What do we have to do? So we have to beat 3 races, 3 milestone events, and a total bounty of 20,000. Start with the races. Right. First race down. 966. As you can see, Retro Achievement also has leaderboards to compare us against the other hunters on the site to show you whereabouts you rank. These are separate to the achievements, and as far as I'm aware, there's not any games that we've come across which have achievements linked to them. After the next race, we're partway through a pursuit, so we can make a dent in the pursuit challenges and building up the bounty. Around the map we can see the specific heat level that each car has. It's linked to each car, not the player, so we could buy a new car if the heat level is too high and becoming a problem or not. And I didn't realise until I started editing these videos midway through this completion that my camera position covers the pursuit challenges. But we take down one of the milestones, which is to escape the pursuit in less than 4 minutes. The last race on the Blacklist member is a lap knockout race. So this is a lap knockout, so all we need to do is not finish last on the lap. Then it's just the pursuit challenges left. There are also speed checks that we need to go through a speed camera at a certain speed. These start off easy but do get harder the further into the career we go. You can also do the pursuits in one go if you don't have 2 different time challenges, one for being over or under a certain amount of time, blasting them all out in one turn. After the final pursuit challenge we unlock this, and it's time to take on the first Blacklist member, number 15, Sonny.
10-block radius on a quadrant has been authorized.
When all
by
races
supervisor.
complete all
Details will be
milestones
provided
in
on your
Sonny's chapter. Let's go. But before we take him down, we have to make sure we are saving the game progress. Turned off autosaves to avoid missing one of the achievements. Each Blacklist member does have achievements linked specifically to them, and you need to make sure you do it in order to get them and not miss any achievements. So we've got to beat all the races and events for each Blacklist member, but we can go back to get this done afterwards. We've got to defeat them with a specific amount of performance upgrades on the car. This one doesn't exist for Sonny as we're currently in the stock car at the moment. This can be missed if your car is over upgraded. And finally, the most important one that we need to get is getting the pink slip from each Blacklist member. So this is why we turn off autosave and do a manual save before each Blacklist member, so that if we don't get the pink slip, we can easily re-challenge the Blacklist member and go again. Who doesn't love an RNG missable achievement? So Sonny's races, 2 circuits, and we've got to beat him in both. With this being the first Blacklist member, it wasn't supposed to be too hard. Well then, I was doing really well up until that point, and now I've just been beaten. So let's try that again. That's one way to stop you from overtaking me, innit? Oh, that was very close. The first race was very easily won. The second race, beaten on my very first attempt, so I must be getting better at this game already.
Let's go gambling!
We've got 2 picks out of the 3 options where we need to find the pink slip, or we've got to do all of that all over again. Thankfully, on this one, we get it on the first attempt. So we're introduced to Taz, Blacklist member number 14. And with that victory, we've unlocked some performance upgrades and visual upgrades. For the Taz's achievements, we can only use 2 performance upgrades in total, usually picking the most important parts, NOS, and then an engine upgrade. This is the gameplay loop of this game. We beat a Blacklist member, we unlock upgrades to the car, and then we start working our way through to the next Blacklist member, beating all their races and milestone events before taking them on in their races. Now that we know this, I'm not going to go through each and every event or Blacklist member, as this video will probably be the longest one I'll ever make. Instead, what I'm going to do is just skip forward unless something major happens. I'm going to jump forward right up to taking on Taz. So Taz's challenges are 2 sprints. He's in a Lexus, and we can see that one of the missable achievements is still active in the bottom right, which is the amount of performance upgrades that we have applied to the car, which is an indicator of not over upgraded the car. First race easily done. The second race, Taz just stops on the line and we gracefully take the win, unlocking this. Defeat Taz with no more than 2 total performance upgrades applied on a starter car achievement unlocked as well. And time to gamble on unlocking the pink slip. Cash. It's not the pink slip, so we've got to do that all over again. First race done. On the second race, we also started to use a speed breaker for the first time. This slows the game down, allowing you to take corners better, but it doesn't help me, and Taz takes the lead right on the finish line. Race 2 again for the 3rd time. But gambling again, we've finally unlocked the pink slip. There we go. We got the pink slip. That's what we needed. And now we can move forward onto Blacklist member number 13, Vic. But before we can start making our way through these next races, Mia gives us a way to access the police database.
You've been building a rap sheet with the cops. The more heat you bring down on yourself, the more hype.
And Razor is just knocking about, causing trouble.
Well, what do we got here?
Nothing you're ever gonna get.
No more free rides, I know you.
But Mia ain't got time for that.
Can I come too?
We're going to jump forward again now onto Blacklist member number 10. We've been grabbing upgrades for the car, but this is the last time we can really add any performance upgrades. Checking the achievement, we can now add 7 performance upgrades on a car. But it's not just that simple for the achievement. Stage 1 counts as 1 upgrade. Stage 2 counts as 2 upgrades. There's 7 different performance upgrades that we can apply to the car, so like engine, tyres, NOS, etc. Which means you can add 7 different types at stage 1 upgrades, or do a mix and match to have a total of 7. I didn't know this at the time, so for this Blacklist member, we've used an illegal car. Technically, they're all illegal as it's street racing, and that's not legal, but illegal in the sense that it's over modified for the achievement. Onto the milestone events for this Blacklist member for the pursuits, and after we were chased by the police, it's time to look at those milestone events for the pursuits and make a start on these. These challenges aren't too bad. We maintain the 3-star wanted level, which means that the police will now start putting roadblocks down. With a milestone event to smash through these, this was our main focus. Sometimes it doesn't always go to plan. The first time this playthrough we've been busted. Anyway, let's try that again. Whilst pushing for these milestones, I noticed a list of active achievements that I thought I'd try and get, as I started gaining a lot of car hits, roadblocks, and everything else. The grind begins: 50 cars to smash into, 50 cars to immobilize, 30 roadblocks, and a 30-minute pursuit. All of that needs to be evaded for the achievements to count. After 35 minutes, 5 achievements pop up on screen. There we go. 5 achievements, I think, maybe more. It's now time to take on the Blacklist member. I'm going to state that it's lucky I have manual saves on and not auto save on, because I still not realised I'm using the wrong car. If I had auto save on, it'd have saved after I beat the Blacklist member, and I have to restart the entire game just to get this one achievement. Anyway, a sprint and a drag race to beat Baron. The sprint was no issue, the drag on the other hand. We do however grab the achievement before restarting taking on the Blacklist member. Now, I couldn't work out how to take off the performance upgrades on the car, so I had to sell this car and rebuild it. And the sprint race that we easily took down last time didn't go as well. A few attempts later, and comparing the leaderboard to when I had the good car, the sprint is done. But a few moments later, we unlock the achievement.
A few moments later.
Onto the top 5 Blacklist members now, starting with Webster. 5 more rivals to take down, and it's here. This is when I discovered that I'd been blocking everything with the face cam, so I moved it down. We finish a race and being chased. Let's have a look what we've got to do. These pursuits basically take around 10 minutes each time, but finishing and hiding in the safe house, we take down most of the pursuit milestones. It's time to take Webster on. This time it's 3 races, and it just puts more pressure to unlock that pink slip straight away. The first one went down without an issue. The speed trap was an annihilation. In the middle of the race, he must have crashed somewhere as he just drops off, and I easily take this down. Even at this point, I was 100 mph in front of him on the score. The final sprint, I smashed him again. For the first of the top 5 Blacklist members, this dude's been the easiest one so far. We've also unlocked level 5 heat for this achievement, and we've grabbed that pink slip. Now that we're number 5, let's take on number 4, JV. 11 races and 28 cars to trade paint with, 325,000 bounty, 150 damage to the city, 6 infractions. The very first race finishes whilst we are in a pursuit, so let's try and smash these out as fast as possible. These are getting a bit hard to do all the challenges without getting busted. Again, we'll just focus on the races, and if the cops are chasing us, we'll try and do these when we can. After one of the races, we start a pursuit and increase our heat level to 5. Now Cross and his team in the Corvettes are after us. This does help with the cost of state and the bounty milestones, and you get loads for destroying any of these cars. You get 20,000 bounty compared to just 250 for the level 1 cruisers. But yet another bust. I'm running out of markers now too, so we're back to the races and we'll focus on the milestones later. And after beating another sprint, we're chased by Cross and his team, and I just want to show how much harder these pursuits are with level 5. Look at that driving. Is it a joke? Wow. 10 minutes later, we've got all of the milestones ticked off and completed, as well as 2 achievements. Time for JV. 2 speed traps and a drag. I took a strong lead on the first speed trap and managed to hold this for the race. The drag, he must have just totaled, as I didn't see him at all. And then the last speed trap, taken down in 1 attempt. Another pink slip on the first try too. Let's remember number 3, we've got Ronnie. Do you remember Ronnie from the prologue? He was the first racer that we took a race against. So he's one of Razor's posse. We've got 12 racers, and then we've got the milestone events. We've still got no further upgrades than the Golf. It's just the same one that we've had since Blacklist member number 10. Another bust, and I'm not best pleased with this one. Busted! I don't know how they even got me. The last marker used, we've got the 5-star heat level. Taking down all of the other races pretty much on the first attempt until the drag. We've just got to get lucky in all honesty with the drag. The AI is so quick compared to us, and we've not got time to do the rubber banding. But we've beaten them all, and only the pursuit and speed checks are left. The first attempt, a roadblock spoiled my chances 5.5 minutes in. Bogger. Remember how I used my last marker? Back to a 1-star heat level. This is going to take even longer to hit that 600,000 bounty. So let's get forward. 6 minutes 30 into the attempt, back at a 4-star heat level, busted. No markers left, so we have to pay in cash. Back to a heat level 1. Come off it. Come off it. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Next attempt, after around 12 minutes, we banked some of the challenges. Just about a challenge left. The next time, this is all we're going to focus on. 415,000 bounty later. Let's use this pursuit breaker and take some down. There were spikes. What the f? What's just happened there? After that cinematic, we spawned on some spikes. Is that a joke? And to top it all off, we've been busted too many times. Impound strikes reached. Impounded! I lost my card! In the new car, level 1 heat, let's try going for that bounty again. We've got the bounty marked off. We've just got to evade it. 16 full minutes of a pursuit later. Generate 3 million cost to stay in career mode and have a total of 10 million bounty in career mode. 2 achievements unlocked. On to Ronnie himself. A circuit, a sprint, and a circuit. The first circuit weren't too bad, especially when he crashed on the same corner every single lap. The sprint race was easily taken down, and then the second circuit was the same race that we've just done, but in reverse. No pink slip this time, so can't complain. There's not been that many times we've had to do the Blacklist member multiple times, but it is still annoying. 25 minutes later, we finally get it. On to Blacklist member number 2, the last one before Razor, Toru Satu, also known as Bull, which is what we're just going to call him, so butcher that name again. So Bull. We also get an amazing message that the Golf we've been using is being released from the impound, so we can use it again. Back in the old reliable Golf, we took down all 12 of Bull's races. The only hard races that we have really are toll booths and drags. As we're using the under upgraded Golf, the times in the toll booths are very unforgiving. One mistake and it's a restart. But after just getting good, these weren't too bad to stay down. Razor then pops up with a voice message accusing us of working with the cops.
Listen up, punk. You know who this is, so shut your mouth and open your ears. Now you're either helping the cops or someone you're hanging with is, and I don't care either way. But let's see how you like it when the tables are turned.
The very next race, we're hunted by the cop, almost as if someone tips them off. But at least we can see the milestone events we're going to beat for Bull. And it didn't go well. The guy at the back was made out of
Suspect in custody.
titanium and something, brother. We'll come back to these later after beating the races. Finishing off the races with a drag event. Now, you see this leaderboard score. Remember, I'm in a very underpowered Golf. To win the event on the first try and come dead last on the leaderboards, that's a skill that. 200,000 damage to state. Lasts at least 9 minutes, which is a massively long time. Dodge 12 roadblocks and evade 8 spike strips. 6 minutes later, busted. Let's try it again. Busted. This time, well, we evaded it without completing any of the milestones. Right, come on then. This is the run. 15 minutes in, all milestone events are completed, and I've just got to evade it. Cue the shirt change after the crash out of the last stream. 10 minutes, all milestones done, and finally evaded. Time to take on Bull, the second Blacklist rival. A circuit and 2 sprints. Seems easy enough, and it was. Beating all of them on the first attempt. Can we get the pink slip? And we got it on the first marker. Get in. Only one person stands in our way from us being top of the leaderboard, and that's Razor in my M3. So there's 11 races only for him. Circuit, 3 sprints, a lap knockout, 2 toll booths, 2 speed traps, sprint and a toll booth. Alright, what do we have to do for the milestones? Pay the police by tagging 35 cars, 850,000 bounty. Evade in less than 2 minutes, easy enough. Lasting over 13 minutes. These races are now extremely long, so obviously finishing second place is just not advised. But after that, on the very first race, the rest just kind of went smoothly and were taken down. Slowly, but on the first attempt. There was a bit of a glitch after one of the races with the cooldown not working after I'd just evaded the cops. What's happening? Why is the cooldown not working? I didn't notice it at the time, but another car just kept spawning each time, and I could have gotten the achievement for the amount of cops that spawned in, but that had taken forever. Jumping into a hiding spot though, it did finally end the pursuit. Speaking of achievements, I did notice that I still had some of the achievements outstanding. I'm going to jump into what I like to do when I'm beating a game. I like to beat the final boss to the story, to be one of the last of the achievements that I unlock on the game. It's here where I discovered quite a few things that went wrong with this mastery. I'd read a message on one of the missable achievements that it said, "This isn't missable." I blurred out the name too because it didn't sound, although this message was in fact incorrect. You do get all the parts needed for the achievements, but not in Korea. And in career is when this achievement unlocks. So I'm going to have to replay another playthrough just to get one achievement. Back to the others though. Thankfully, I've not locked myself out of these. I'm going to speed through these and tell you what you need to do to get them. We'll upgrade the Lotus and get clocked at over 300 miles an hour at a speed trap. There's loads of guides online on how to do this. It's a little bit of a glitch, but it's easy enough to do. Survive 13 minutes in level 5 heat with a car with no upgrades on it. Beating a toll booth event with a car with no upgrades on it from one of the Blacklist 4 or higher. Not touching the controller for 2 minutes in a pursuit. You just head to the bus station and stay there for 2 minutes until this pops. Then a lot of achievements for one single pursuit. 150 police vehicles spawned, 30 spike strips spawned, and 5 helicopters deployed. A lot of total challenges throughout the career that I've been working in the background. Total over 4 hours in pursuits, 1,200 vehicles spawned, 200 roadblocks spawned, 100 spike strips spawned, 500 infractions, and 30 helicopters deployed. And also beating all of Razor's events. And now it's time to take Razor down himself. 5 races this time, and this is what I think was missing from Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2. Just a big challenge to end the career. We get more of the story.
Good to see you. Been a while. Just keep running like you have, and this race is yours.
Look who came crawling back. I'm glad you're here, Sugar Plum. You brought me luck last time.
Make sure you smoke 'em and get that ride back. I'll take care of the rest.
Ready to donate another car to the Razor Fund, baby? It's go time.
And then it's time for the events. Speed trap event down on the first try. A drag, which always seems to be the hardest ones in this golf, but after getting lucky, this is beat. 2 down, 3 to go. The sprint next. This is taken down as well. 2 races to go. Big circuit that didn't go to plan on the first attempt, so a restart needed. The second attempt is done, but it was still close. On to the final race, a sprint. Can this golf that we haven't upgraded since Blacklist member number 10 take down all of the Blacklist crew? The little car that I thought it could does in fact beat Razor in the final race, unlocking this. And then the main man himself isn't happy.
You'll never hold on to the #1 spot. Not with me on your tail. And if you want these, you're gonna have to take them.
It's over, Razor.
It ain't over until I say it's over.
Mia grabs the keys, and it turns out that she's the one who's been working with the cops.
Where's the other guy?
He got away.
Most Wanted street racer happened to get away. What about the Blacklist?
Forget the Blacklist. They're through.
I want every single unit after the guy.
Everyone?
Everyone!
And so the final pursuit begins. A 6-star heat level. Very aggressive police, more spike strips, just everything being thrown at us. And let me tell you, this took a fair few attempts to do. 5 minutes into the pursuit, we get a scripted phone call from Mia.
Mia, look, don't hang up. You can't go back to any of the safe houses. Cross knows about them. Head over to the old bridge. The location is on your map. Your car is fast enough to make the jump. It's the only way. Later.
And after making the jump, that's it. We've beaten the career mode, picking up this achievement for not using any exploits, and also this, and become the most wanted racer in Rockport. But that's only 77 achievements out of a possible 131. I know I missed one missable achievement, but what's the other 54 achievements for? We've got the toll booth events, so that's a big chunk of them that I've got to go through back and beat. And then there's also the challenge series, which are a mix of toll booths and pursuit milestones. A few more miscellaneous achievements. Let's get started. Starting off with a missed achievement. So firing up another career and beating the blacklist for the markers again. Thankfully, there's no RNG involved. It's just a performance marker at the end that I'm looking for. For each one, we do get a performance upgrade, which is the Jumpman part, and the last part isn't unlocked until we beat the 4th blacklist member. It is a bit of a grind. You don't need to beat every race and milestone event. That was just for the achievements, so this time we can just fly through the quicker events and get the quicker milestones done too. Also, we can use any car we want at any level of upgrade, so we've got that working in our favour. But once we've got all the parts, as soon as we equip them onto the car, this will unlock. The miscellaneous achievements, there's a few secret codes to enter at the main menu screen that unlock certain rewards and events. Win a quick play event with all the modifiers at the hardest, and then there's a few for finding unintended shortcuts and driving outside the circuit to certain landmarks in the game. Main challenges we have left are the toll booth events and the challenge series. Start off with the toll booth events. I did plan on trying to do this with a Golf to match the career, but after the first event this was clear this was going to be too hard, if not impossible, in the Golf. So I picked the Porsche Carrera and grinded these events out. It is probably easier if you maintain a 1-star heat level, as you're doing this in career so the cops can spawn and ruin a good attempt. There are 34 events to go back through and complete, 1 achievement per event. The higher up the blacklist, the more strict the timing does come. It might take a few attempts, but they're not too bad. The last thing to complete is the challenge series. Now, I'm not familiar with this. I can't say I ever played these back in the day. As I said, they are just toll booth racers or pursuit milestones, but you don't get to pick the car. These are specifically chosen by the game for that challenge. Like there's a pickup truck or a garbage truck you've got to use to evade the cops. Some of these are really hard. There's an achievement for beating every single one of these challenge events, so we need to make sure we're doing that. And then there's a few specific challenges that achievements linked to them, with one in particular that become a nightmare. But we'll come back to this after we beat all the other events and unlock the achievement for beating all the events. So the last one is challenge 56. Why is this so hard? You've got to get 1 million bounty without immobilizing any cops. The cops are stupid. They can crash themselves and immobilize. This counts as a fail. The pursuit begins right next to a pursuit breaker that I drive into. They immobilize themselves, and the amount of times that they instantly did this and I have to restart was insane. So how do you get this score? Well, every 10ish seconds you get 25,000 bounty, so it does stack up quite quick, and it does take around 6 to 7 minutes. Then after 1 million bounty, you've still got to evade the cops for the achievement to pop. Trying to evade them without immobilizing again is extremely difficult and become a fail more times than not. What I did is I take them around the campus in this big loop. Here I could drive around, and whenever a roadblock spawned, I could easily turn around with a speed breaker to avoid it. This seems to be giving me the best results, and after around 15 attempts I got a good run. That is until I evaded every police car and entered my cooldown before reaching 1 million bounty, and I frantically drove around looking for any cops to continue pursuit. Thankfully a helicopter spawned. I went back to my loop, only being chased by the helicopter and no other cars, until a spike strip spawned, and I don't know why one of the cops just buggered off and left. It must have been the end of their shift.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
This left just one of the cops in the roadblock, and cops are stupid. As I was underneath the bridge, bridge, meaning the helicopter couldn't see me, and the last cop was in a roadblock that wasn't going to chase me. So I just parked up, waiting for another cop car to spawn and chase me. And I waited for a while, and it didn't spawn, and I kept checking. Whenever the backup timer got too low, I'd just move just far enough away from the roadblock to evade and enter the cooldown before backing up and restarting that timer again. I was just waiting for a cop to come, but nothing came. 1 million bounty later, and it's time to avoid. There was a hiding spot not too far away, but I didn't want to risk being seen by the helicopter, so I took my chances by just waiting just out of range of the roadblock and let the cooldown timer begin, and it worked, popping this achievement when the pursuit finished, and finally beating Need for Speed Most Wanted in 63 hours. That's right, it took me 63 hours to beat all of this game. But you know something? I'd probably do it again, but this time do it correctly, so I didn't have to do a lot of playthroughs like I did. But if you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. Please consider doing all the YouTube things by liking the video, subscribing, and hitting the bell for notifications. I stream this on Twitch, so maybe drop a follow over there too. Thanks again for your time here. I'm Smiley, and I'll catch you in the next one.